Hello, I'm Matt Guff from House.com. That's Mike Neville from 32, and of course, Joe Sexton. And we're going to walk you through the 2020 32 Park boots. Hey, everybody. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are back again for what, fifth year in a row about?
Something
so.
That.
That's cool. It's always so much fun having you guys in. Congratulations on 20 years with 32.
Thank you.
Congratulations with 10 years with 32.
Thank you.
Wow, you've had a lot of really cool boots over the years.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been cool every year to try to do new designs and think of new stuff. So I'm just happy they let me keep doing it.
Yeah. So everyone knows that 32 makes some of the best boots in the world, and even though you can kind of ride any boot you want to in any kind of terrain type at any skill level, there are some products that are kind of gravitated towards being specific in terrain type. So we selected what most people would consider park boots. Why do you think people get kind of so hung up on having a product just kind of stay in one kind of terrain type or category? Like, do you think that's good or do you think that's bad?
I don't know. I think for sure, like maybe riding powder or something like that, you want like a certain type of boot. But like I said earlier, I ride the same type of boot for kind of everything. I think it's just personal preference. Like people who are riding more of like bigger features or something, maybe they want stiffer boot, or if they're going faster and things like that with powder, they want more support. So I totally get it. I get why people do. I'm not personally that way.
Right.
But
I think some people like to put that stigma into it because they think it's maybe going to better their riding if they have a specific purpose behind what they're actually buying with it, which isn't always the case, but they might get that mindset out of it.
Right. And I suppose young people may say that or think that for that reason,
Right.
like, I have to get a park boot because I want to be a better park rider.
Right.
Right. Sure, there's technology that will benefit that kind of riding maybe a little bit better.
Of
with
course.
maybe lacing types or shock absorption stuff.
Different flex patterns.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's really going to be personal preference of what fits your foot for your style of riding. Everybody's going to have that different preference because everybody's got different shaped feet, different weights, different muscles, different whatever.
Right.
So it's all a personal preference on where you go. Some kids like a soft boot in the park. Some kids are going to like a really stiff boot in the park.
Right.
Yeah.
Joe, what do you like in the park? What kind of feel?
I like soft. I've
Super
always liked soft. Not like gooey and just like no support, but just kind of like flexible and just a little bit more like playful, you know? But then like Scott Stevens rides the Team 2, that thing's super stiff. And the stuff he's doing, you would think you'd want something super soft for that. But so it's interesting. It's totally personal preference, and it's like everyone finds what they like and they stick with it kind of deal. But.
Right. Yeah, you pointed it out well. You prefer to have soft boots, whether it be in the park or basically anywhere else. And Stevens rides the Team 2, which has a flex rating of a 7, which is substantially more aggressive and stiff feeling than average.
Grenier was in like a Team 3,
He's
which
Team
is
3,
even stiffer. Like, so
well,
those
that
guys,
is
crazy.
Adjustable as well. If you keep the recoil rods in there, you're upwards in around a 7 stiffness. You take them out, you're in around a 5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Again, adjustability on it, but you're right. That's a very stiff boot if you keep the recoil rods in there.
But they made it work. You know, like they're doing amazing stuff, and both of them will do like big and small stuff. So it's just probably how it feels on their foot. You know. But,
Well, and I'm sure you guys will be together and riding together, and you're riding the exact same
stuff. Yeah, features.
And you're in the boot that you're riding that, if you want to put it on a 1 to 10 scale rating, that is, say, around a 2 or a 3 in a flex rating.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you said, Scott or Chris are both looking at it and going, hey, they're in a boot that's rating them around a 7.
Yeah.
But you're riding the exact same thing right there, and potentially you guys could be doing the same tricks on it as well.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily an advantage for one or the other. It's a personal preference.
Right.
But on the flip side, I bet if I grabbed their boots and tried to do it, like, I'd feel so weird, and same with me.
Yeah.
Right.
You're
If I
right.
was like,
You're
try
right.
these out, they'd be like, these feel crazy, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Joe, congratulations again on getting the cover of the Snowboarder magazine for the November issue or the October issue.
I think there's only like 4, so I don't even know how they do it. Like, it's just like
issue number 2.
Issue number 2, yeah.
Right. And on the cover is the world's longest handrail. How many stairs was that? Did you count?
I think we counted. It's like 75 like double wide stairs.
75 double wide stairs.
Yeah. So I think it was like
what?
187 feet or something like that.
Holy cow! So it's basically 180 stairs at or 150 stairs at How long? 180?
I don't know. We did like rise versus run or however you measure like length, but we kind of want to go there with a tape measure and just like measure it. But
oh wow,
it's long, yeah.
Right. So you did one of the longest handrails freaking ever. And what boot did you ride it in?
That was the Shifty boa.
The Shifty boa. Mm-hmm. So we grabbed a couple boots now. We're gonna walk through them in terms of their flex. Starting out with the softest. This is the Shifty. Then we're going to get into the lashed. The lashed.
86.
No, this is 86 flash. Right? The lashed. And then the team 2 thing. Now tell me about your feelings with the Shifty boa.
I don't even know. I think I was looking at the catalog and I can't explain it, but yeah, I saw boa and I was like, that'd be fun to try. And I always like softer boots, so I found this one, and I think I asked Mike or something. He's like, that's like the lowest end boot. I was like, yeah, I want to try it. So I tried it and I really liked it. I thought it was just like even for a low end boot, it felt like it worked for what I was doing in the streets and stuff like that. So
and it fits like a shoe out of the box too.
Yeah, it fit really nice right out of the box. I liked the boa. I just liked the way it felt on my feet. I just ran like this black-white colorway, and it just felt like a staple. I was just like, this is all right.
Super simple.
Yeah.
Now, this is a great value style boot. You know, when it comes to placement and price point, it's kind of where it basically starts besides the exit.
Correct.
Yeah. Right.
For the 32 brand, yes.
Oh, yes, for the 32 brand. But it still features the heat moldable intuition liner.
Yep.
SCI Evolution outsole foam, which is extremely lightweight.
It is.
And the BOA dial system.
Very convenient.
That's incredible. Now, it's kind of cool to see that a lot of people who may be just getting into riding, or maybe they ride a couple of times a year, will tend to kind of go towards that. But it's also really cool to see that a rider of your influence, your experience, and your capabilities riding that thing really well.
Yeah, like I said, there's no real rhyme or reason how I find the product. It's like I just want to always kind of try something different. I feel like every year I'm just trying to find something different to get me excited. And I think BOA was like, that'd be fun to try. And then, like I said, if I put it on and it didn't feel good, I wouldn't keep riding it. But it's like, put it on and it's just literally like, it was like, that's just my boot. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good. But yeah, like I said, it is a testament to, because when Mike was like, oh, that's the lowest end, and like it didn't feel low end at all. Right. So it's cool that they make a boot that is that low end, but still works for, I'm in my boots every single day. So, and they're lasting and they're holding up. So it was impressive actually to find out that it was like a lower end boot.
Right. Yes, it's pretty cool too, because with all the technology that a rider gets within the Shifty BOA, within some other boots or from some other brands, that is a very much different price point, and offers much different performance, where this just really stands out. Now, it has a feel and flex rating of a 2, quite a bit softer than what you find in most boots. And then we jump into the 86 boot. Now, this is traditional lace. Yeah. You have a signature colorway coming out, which is a mid-season release, which we haven't received yet.
Yeah, in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, a little early. That's all right.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, does the 86 feature the same liner that you find in the Shifty?
Correct. It's the same Comfort Fit liner with the Comfort Fit footbed, lace-up liner system on it that you're going to find in the Shifty.
Okay.
The main differences between this and going on the Shifty, of course, you're going to have the traditional lacing system that's on here.
Right.
And then you're going to get a full rubber cup sole that's on the outsole of the boot, which is going to be a little bit stiffer. It's going to give a little more traction and a little bit more of your boot to board feeling on it, because it's not as cushioning or impact absorbing as what the Evolution foam is going to be.
Sure. Better board feel.
Correct.
Better
yeah, and it is a really good boot for the park because of that.
Right.
It's almost like it has like, I always felt like it's like sharp line and helped you kind of like feel the board, and like it kind of flexes there is the way I kind of looked at it. So it's cool.
Right.
And it sits nice on like the footbed of a binding, and yeah, definitely like a really good boot for park.
Right. And it's fun watching you ride boots like the 86, because like I'm really big into kind of kinesthetics and people's riding, their movements, their forward and aft, and rotation, blah blah blah. And it's cool to see how you can make these micro adjustments when you ride, and you're able to do that with a sole that's thin, really similar to a skate shoe.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I think a lot of times those micro adjustments you don't really even notice, but it's like I notice the way things feel, and like I said before, with it like being that way on the footbed, it just gives a bit of a different feel. Maybe like almost like a little bit more board feel than some of like the other ones.
Okay.
That does give you a little bit lower of a feel as well than what the Evolution foam is going to be.
It's a thinner footbed.
Yeah, it kind of feels like your foot's more lower down.
Because you're actually sitting a little bit below where this rubber cup sole sits on the inside of there, with a little bit of polyurethane cushioning material on the inside of there, where when you get into the Evolution foam outsole, the actual outsole or exterior as well as the midsole are going to be all the same material, which is going to add more impact absorbing on it, but it also is going to put you up just a tad higher on that boot than what you're going to be on that that full rubber cup sole.
Right, cool. It's a fun little collab too. Santa Cruz. How did that come about?
We have a great relationship with the people over at Santa Cruz, and been working with them for a couple of years. We do it on some of our skate side of things with our skate brands, and we came together on the 32 side of things last year, and it worked out really well, and people seem to really like it, so we keep it going.
Right, and that's been the design with the sole, the liner. It's been a good staple within the park category from 32. Now, Joe, you were explaining that's kind of like very similar to your first boot, right?
Yeah, it was my first boot with 32 was the 86. But we had the fast track lacing on it. So like I was even saying, it's crazy to come back 10 years later and my new boot is still the 86.
Yeah, that's just
it's a timeless boot. I think that boot's always been just like a staple in the whole line.
right. It's nice. I'm really excited to see your boot come out when we receive it. And what is it? October 15th. We're supposed to get it. And it's gonna be fun. It's a nice look.
Yeah, I'm happy with that one a lot too. And it's like I said, it's fun to just always keep trying to do colorways and design stuff that works for what I'm snowboarding on,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then kind of like next up, this is a fun one. Crab Grab is always an awesome brand.
Yeah.
Features the team liner. This is the lashed. It comes in a double boa, and a traditional lace.
Correct.
And a premium, which is the leather one.
Yes.
Cool. What's the story behind the lash, and why do you think it's done so well in freestyle and in park for a lot of riders?
We've had this boot around for over 15 years. I think it's around 18th season that we've had it now.
Right.
And that really led the way for boots becoming light in the marketplace. We really eliminated a lot of the rubber that was on the outsole. That took a lot of the weight off the boots. We really fine-tuned the fit with the different independent eye stay down on the bottom with the articulated cuff in conjunction with a moldable liner system. And people really gravitated towards it because it fit really well, it performed really well, and we just kind of played off it year after year with that. And it's a great all-mountain boot, don't get me wrong on that, but it really was designed to be riding on jumps and riding on rails and things like that. So it's going to give you the flexibility that you need on it, but yet some support in the areas that you do need. Not an overly stiff boot, but not a super soft boot. It's going to fall right in the middle.
Got it. Now, and then the boot has a different liner than what you find in the 86 and the Shifty. This is the team fit. What are the big or subtle differences that are here compared to the comfort fit?
So on the comfort fit, or on the team fit, you're going to get some more dense foams that are in there, which basically stiffen it up a little bit. Still all moldable. Sure. There's very defined J-bars that are on the inside of there that are going to go around your ankles to hold your heel down in that heel pocket.
Right.
You'll also notice we do not have the lace-up liner system on there. There is a strap up on the top.
Which I love. I like keeping that stuff tight up there.
Totally. Yeah, and even if you have a skinnier calf, that's what you see those stitches on there for if you need to cut it off because it's a little long. Right. Those stitches on there are for marks that you can trim it down with.
Right.
And the reason why we don't have the lace-up liner on there is because inside the shell of those boots, it does have an internal harness inside of there, which is going to really hold your heel back in the heel pocket and integrate the liner and the shell as one inside of there.
Right.
You also do get a lot of different fitting options on that as well. As you can see, the little pockets that are on that. Yeah, the heel hold kit, which comes inside the box on every one of the Team Fit liners. You can go ahead and put those in there just to fine tune your fit a little bit better, whether you want some extra stability or whether you have a skinny heel or ankle area that you need to take up a little extra space with. These are going to come in there with a couple different thicknesses that you can fine tune and personalize your boots.
There we go. Joe, when you ride boots that feature the Team Fit liner, do you use or place in the heel hold kit inserts, or do you just kind of ride them the way they are?
Yeah, I ride them the way they are.
Cool.
I feel like everything I get is like works right out of the box. So
okay.
Like the only thing customization I would do is like heat mold them, but
sweet.
I don't do any other real customizations. They're always good.
Right. You know, and the heel hold kit comes in 2 different thicknesses, what, 2 mil and 4 mil? Is that right?
Yes, I believe so.
Cool. Yeah, so you can like customize how the fit is around your ankle. So if a rider has problems with heel lift within a boot, they can place those there and reduce that heel lift. But you know, personally, I've never had any issues with heel lift inside my liner from any boots from 32.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Cool. Now this one. This is wild, Joe. This is the Team 2. This is Scott Stevens' specific colorway. Comes in a couple of different color options. It also is double boa. Is that right?
Correct.
Cool. Why do you think Scott rides a stiff boot? What do you think the story is behind that?
If I could get inside Scott's brain, I don't think I'd like what I find.
Yeah.
Scott is an amazingly interesting person.
Right.
And I think he's also like not very predictable, where it's like you would think he'd be the one in like some super soft boot. Right. But of course he's way over here doing something else.
Just on a different planet.
He's a true original, amazing person, really good friend of mine. I don't know. I think he just same thing. Probably, maybe he's rode this one for a long time. We've been on 32 for a long time together. So he's also someone who just, I mean, look at stuff that he likes. He still likes all this like 80s skate stuff. He's very likes the stuff that works for him over the course of the time. He's not really someone who mixes it up too much.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think he probably just got on this, and he always does really cool colorways, and we're always looking to see what he does because it's always interesting. Always.
Wow. Now, Mike, with the construction material of the 32 Team 2, they seem to be a little bit more, not beefy because they still have a very low profile, but the materials are much different than what you find in the Lash, the 86, and the Shifty. What's the idea and intention behind the material construction articulation with the Team 2?
When the Team 2 was first launched, which I believe the first year was 2000 that we launched it, it was the idea back then was taking it off of more of a technical athletic style shoe, or maybe even a basketball shoe.
Right.
Back in those days, it had an airbag down in the heel, and so it's always kind of kept that same feel for the last nearly 20 years since this boot's been around, just regarding the technical feature or the technical materials that go into it. So every year when you see the new version of the Team 2 coming out, the materials that you're finding on there are going to be a little standalone compared to what you're seeing on the rest of the line from 32, which are just meant to give it that more technical look and feel to it. Right.
You know, I remember the first year that I rode Team 2s, it was probably right around 2000, 2001 or so, and it was a game changer for me because at the time I was trying to ride just a little bit harder and I needed more response, and that thing was nice, and it still is. It's still a great boot. Inside is the Intuition liner, but this is a what is called the Performance Fit.
Correct. So this is our Performance Fit liner, still fully moldable, heat moldable. On here you're going to get your strap up on the top. You're going to get a few different densities of foam in here, which is going to, of course, be a stiffer foam because it's a stiffer liner. We do also add what you see, the black that's on the back side of it here, and even coming down around the ankle area is some reinforcement or a stiffening agent that's just going to make the liner even a little bit stiffer than what it traditionally would be, even down here in the forefoot area, so it doesn't either pack out or kind of blow out down in the forefoot area on it. Right. You still do get your pockets for the heel hold kits on there as well. You get your defined J-bars on the interior, as well as then you have the STI, I'm drawing a blank on what it was, the STI...
Evolution foam?
No.
It's something different.
It is something different. It's the same as what the midsole is going to be on here, which is going to be the rebound foam.
Oh, cool. Well, you know, like, as we kind of like look through this line, again, you know, like, you can take any of these boots in any kind of park style setting. You can take them in POW, you can do whatever, right? Now, as we kind of we've gone through these, what type of rider do you think would best benefit each specific boot, even though they can be ridden all over? Like, what kind of freestyle terrain does someone generally who rides a 32 Team 2 usually ride? Like, big jumps?
Probably, I would say more like big jumps and more like higher level like park features maybe.
Right.
Something like that.
Right.
I feel like Shifty Bow is a great like beginner park boot.
Right.
And then like after
which
that.
Which is weird because like you're so like next level. But generally, yeah.
I would say that would be the good beginner boot, but also like someone who likes a really soft boot like myself. So
right.
Yeah, I don't think skill level necessarily plays much of a factor. I think it's just personal preference.
Right, I agree. Yep, 100%. Cool. How about the 86 and the Lash too? Those are kind of like, I can see those both being pretty well rounded for a lot of different.
I see a lot of kids like Highland in the 86. You see a lot of kids that like Troll in the 86.
Right.
Maybe also just somebody who likes the look of like a skate shoe maybe a little bit more.
Right.
Like visually, I think if you're maybe into skating or just like the way that looks, then you'd probably gravitate towards something like that.
Right.
Once you get a pair of pants on with that 86, you're right. It looks just kind of like a
skate shoe.
Yeah, skate shoe style.
Right. Right. And then like the Lash, man, that really stands out, at least for me, within the lineup. I'm doing a lot of things really well.
Yeah.
Right.
And I can see that being a park. Jibs, jumps, big, small.
Yeah,
right.
Even since I was a kid, it was like Lash was always like the main
right.
park boot. All like Simone, all these dudes were riding that boot. So
right.
That's still the most asked for boot by name out of the 32 line.
What do you think causes that?
You know, just the longevity of it. You know, it kind of set the bar over, you know, the number of years, whether it was from a lightweight perspective, whether it was a fit perspective, and people just got to know the name, and we continued to make it and upgrade it more or less year after year, and it's just kind of stuck around.
Yeah.
Nice.
Same thing with the Team 2 as well. That's why it has that longevity, and that's why this year we started offering it in a double boa as well.
Cool.
So,
is this the first year that it's been offered in double boa?
It is.
It is.
Yep.
Cool. Well, I'm really glad that you guys come in here and share the insights that you have. Again, 32 has some fantastic boots in all categories for all types of skill sets. If you're a park rider, these are some of the many boots that are going to be great for you. Guys, again, thanks so much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Cool, you're welcome. And of course, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, see you guys on snow. Peace. Thanks for watching. 32 is one of my favorite brands that makes boots, and they actually make shoes under the Soul Tech label. They have great fit, intuition, and a lot of different styles for any kind of terrain type or riding ability. Make sure to check out 32atthehouse.com by selecting the links below in the description. Subscribe to the channel there, check out more vids there, and hopefully we'll see you guys on snow.